Now, I know a lot of people are gonna say they expected this and thought the game been died, that nobody's surprised. All I see online is everyone hating on the game, when in reality, now don't hate me here, but I actually enjoyed it. The first few days when it launched, it became free for Resident Evil Village owners. The player base for Resident Evil Reverse was actually pretty decent. I had fun with the game, but it did release a little late. I mean, a lot of people didn't even know it existed unless you hop back on the Village DLC for Rose. First few weeks I had a blast playing, but eventually the numbers went down. It was buggy at times since it was noticeably rushed, and players lost interest, not to mention it wasn't entirely free to play. Price tag is a little steep for what little content the game featured. Reviews are mostly bad due to balancing issues. Support for the game ended. People who bought in-game content aren't getting refunds too, which are pissing people off. Not even an offline play is available, like Multiverse is shut down, which sucks. Bit on that tomorrow, by the way. But all these games shutting down, and the dev team doesn't feel bothered that they're just gonna wipe off a piece of their work from the face of the earth. The game had potential. I mean, we don't really have a multiplayer Resident Evil game like this, unless you want to count some Dead by Daylight with the cosmetics they added, which actually might do a better job than this game, not gonna lie. But it was just nice running around as different characters and RE and fighting against each other, and it was definitely an experience, I must say. But for it to shut down, all of us expected this at launch because it had its fair share of issues that Capcom could easily fix if they ever gave the game the love it deserved. Surprised it lasted this long anyway. On their blog post they said, "Thank you for playing Resident Evil Reverse. This is to inform you that our service will be ending for Resident Evil Reverse, which comes packaged with a purchase of Resident Evil Village for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox, Steam. The application, all of its related DLC will no longer be available for download or purchase. Resident Evil Reverse was developed in celebration of the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil series, and your overwhelming support for the game has far exceeded our expectations since the time of its release. Now that we've reached a turning point for the series, we feel that Resident Evil Reverse has served its original celebratory purpose admirably. We are incredibly grateful for your warm support for Resident Evil Reverse, and we deeply apologize for bringing you this disappointing news. Please see the schedule below for information regarding the end of the service for the game. February 5th was the notice. March 3rd, the removal of the game from online stores. June 29th, servers will shut down. Starting from this date, Resident Evil Reverse will no longer be included with the purchase of Resident Evil Village, as I said before. Customers who own a download code acquired before this date or already have used the download code to acquire Resident Evil Reverse will still be able to download the application until the service has ended, so you can try it out before June. I suggested it's not bad. Player base should be up now temporarily after this announcement, so there's plenty of people online for the next 4 months until shutdown. If not, join my Discord. I'm going to be streaming the last few months of the game on my Twitch. It's been a nice 3 years, guys, but it's time to say goodbye. Hopefully we get something like this in the future, because it's not half bad. It just needed more polish. They rushed it far too much. Originally, it was supposed to come out in 2022 alongside the Village release, but it got delayed until October 28th, 2022. Came out alongside the DLC for Rose, and it was half-baked, but it could have been worse. Still though, I hate when games like this end up losing support. It's a waste of time, money, resources. I think it had potential, but it seemed like Capcom just wanted to use as little resources as possible to make a half-baked, cash-grabbing live service multiplayer Resident Evil game for the sake of the anniversary, but that didn't really needed to be included with Village. The game was gonna sell anyways. For the anniversary, maybe some in-game cosmetic would have been better. I don't know. We didn't need an entire game. Or maybe they could have made the DLCs free, but it needs to be free to play, to be honest, and branded more. With more updates, I think it had potential to do great regardless, but fans can agree that delay and rush development played a big role in the shutdown of the game. Delaying made people forget all about it, and rushing it caused so many bugs and glitches in game it became unplayable for some people, which caused the majority of people to turn away. Maybe they might just want to shift their resources to RE5, which was pretty much the first game long ago that came out with co-op multiplayer. The remake is going to be sick. I can't wait. RE5 is one of the most highly anticipated games of all time, not only because it's 2-player co-op, but because it features Chris and Wesker, and everyone loves those two characters. Some sort of announcement is expected to drop soon this year. The original came out back in like 2016. Capcom has been doing all the games in order. The last one was 4, which released in 2023, so fans are just assuming Resident Evil 5 is next. According to leaks, Capcom is still working on the next entry to the series. Really, the only news we got is that they got the Resident Evil 7 director on board with the next game. Some people are saying that this means 5 isn't the next entry into the series, but a remake of a new game or another game like 7. But I don't know. I just think they needed this man to make sure the different storylines they add work together and co-op run smoothly. Just my guess, only time will tell. If things change, I'll be sure to report it, so make sure to subscribe. And yeah, enjoy Reverse for the time being. This is your last chance to try a piece of Resident Evil history, guys. Just thought I'd speak on this game because when I streamed the DLC 2 years ago, I didn't even think about it until I beat Rose's storyline. A message showed up advertising the game, which intrigued me, and I beat the DLC faster than I thought during the stream, so I'm just like, screw it, I'm gonna try Reverse. And to my surprise, I had fun with it. But I gotta agree with the community, it could have been better, but it is what it is. Capcom just gotta learn from their mistakes and do better. Leave a like for more Resident Evil. Thanks for hearing me ramble, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out. Stay blue.